You can take a guy like Canelo. This guy can do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
You can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. There ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Floyd Mayweather has once again shaken up the boxing world, this time by calling out Terence Crawford right after Canelo Alvarez's latest fight. The undefeated legend, famous for his supreme confidence and perfect record, made it clear he's ready to return for another blockbuster showdown. The idea of Mayweather stepping into the ring against Crawford, one of boxing's most dangerous pound-for-pound fighters, has fans and analysts buzzing. The possibility adds a fresh wave of anticipation and speculation to the sport, with tension already reaching new heights.
Let me ask you though, Canelo this week actually said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. You only have to win 7, 10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes never got put down, and he was the best, one of the best to ever do it, and it's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
Terence "Bud" Crawford preserved his perfect record with a historic victory over Canelo Alvarez, winning by unanimous decision to claim the title of undisputed super middleweight champion. The blockbuster showdown took place on September 13th, 2025 at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, living up to its billing as one of the year's most anticipated fights. Stepping up 2 weight classes, Crawford entered with supreme confidence and delivered a masterclass performance. Despite Canelo's natural size and reputation for power, Crawford dictated the pace, using slick footwork, precise combinations, and tactical brilliance to take away the Mexican superstar's advantages.
What do you think? What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I love the fight, man. I love the fight. I did not know how it was going to go. I didn't think the weight was going to be a problem on Terence Crawford. I'm on record saying I didn't think it was going to be a problem, but it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, third round. You know what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was restricting his jab and how Canelo was restricting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was going to go. And I knew that Bud was only going to get stronger and get bolder and, start to wear naturally. That only known to start to wear a little bit in that round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. I've been on wax and saying that, but I've been on wax and saying that for a couple of years now. I've been against Bud on Spence. I've been against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him, Bud. He's hands down. He's the best. He's the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him some respect no matter what. You got to give him some respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people said he can't do with him. He is doing it with ease.
Right.
You got to respect him.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he wanted tonight?
He won the fight by treating Canelo with respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what people are saying. Canelo was, I'm sorry, not Canelo. Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did in the Spence. I mean, look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, I mean, you have to take that into consideration.
For this fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. put his money where his mouth was, backing Terence Crawford to defeat Canelo Alvarez. Despite Crawford entering as the underdog, Mayweather wagered /$50, 000 on him to win straight up at plus 148 odds. When Crawford delivered a unanimous decision victory, the bet paid off big, earning Mayweather a hefty /$124,000 return. More than just a gamble. The move reflected Mayweather's confidence in Crawford's skills and his sharp understanding of the sport's dynamics.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're going to hear from Crawford. And I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Mayweather bet on Crawford and make some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals. So I don't expect anything different.
Floyd Mayweather has made his stance crystal clear in the pound-for-pound debate, declaring Terence Crawford the best fighter in the world today. After Crawford's brilliant victory over Canelo Alvarez, Mayweather praised his all-around skill set, discipline, and dominance across multiple weight divisions. To Mayweather, being pound-for-pound isn't just about collecting belts. It's about consistently proving superiority against elite opposition. In his eyes, Crawford has done exactly that. By staying undefeated while defeating top champions, Crawford has firmly established himself as the man to beat in modern boxing.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in power for power. He has to be somewhere in power for power. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion. Something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Terence Crawford has long admired Floyd Mayweather, not only for his brilliance inside the ring, but also for the way he managed his career and built his legacy. What began as admiration has grown into a genuine connection between the two. Mayweather has shared advice and subtle tips with Crawford over time, and Crawford has made a point to apply them rather than just listen. Their relationship goes beyond casual respect. It reflects a deeper bond rooted in ambition, legacy, and a mutual understanding of what it truly takes to achieve greatness in boxing.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boss. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Well, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd. Nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
You like plotting.
Yeah, I ain't never been that type of person.
Canelo Alvarez recently made a surprising admission at a press conference, stating, asterisk, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather. Asterisk, the remark carried extra weight considering Alvarez's own history. His first career loss came at the hands of Mayweather back in 2013, when he was just 23 and still undefeated. Crawford's latest performance against Alvarez validated that bold claim, as he delivered a masterclass over 12 rounds. With faster hands, sharper footwork, and impeccable tactical precision, Crawford outboxed the naturally bigger champion. Even after moving up 2 weight classes, he was able to neutralize Alvarez's trademark power through smart defense and pinpoint counterpunching.
It's from Fight Hub TV right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
my
2,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine. So I cannot think in that way, but I try my best tonight.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
After Canelo Alvarez declared that Terence Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather, Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, fired back with a sharp rebuttal. He argued that Canelo's remark was less about praising Crawford and more about protecting his own legacy by framing his loss in a better light. Jeff reminded fans that Canelo's defeat to Floyd came when the Mexican star was in his prime, dismissing any suggestion that Mayweather was past his best at the time. He further pushed back on comparisons of defense, stressing that while Crawford is undeniably elite, no one has matched Floyd's legendary defensive mastery.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo was that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience. He still took him, into deep waters. So.
Yeah. What was Canelo? 20-something? 21? 23? 25?
Yeah, very, very young in the game, obviously.
Yeah, very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah,
but man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
But you at the top of your career in your prime. You in your prime. You ain't in your prime when you were 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
the prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, you sure would. And that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Make
himself look like he did something great.
Trainer Greg Hackett has added his voice to the Mayweather versus Crawford debate, firmly siding with Floyd Mayweather Jr. as the superior fighter. While acknowledging Terence Crawford's brilliant win over Canelo Alvarez, Hackett argued that Mayweather's unmatched defensive mastery and ring IQ keep him a level above. He praised Crawford's skill and accomplishments, but stressed that Mayweather's undefeated record and dominance across multiple divisions cement his place higher in the all-time rankings. Hackett's view underscores the heated conversation within the boxing world about who truly stands as the greatest fighter of this era.
The Floyd Mayweather that Canelo Alvarez fought. In the last version of Terence Crawford that we've seen in the ring. Who's the better fighter?
Of course you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we didn't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great to me.
Eddie Hearn has pushed back against Canelo Alvarez's claim that Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather Jr., dismissing the comparison outright. The promoter argued that Crawford's resume, while impressive, doesn't stack up to Mayweather's. He pointed out that several of Crawford's biggest wins came against opponents who were past their prime, whereas Mayweather consistently defeated elite, top-tier competition across multiple weight classes. Hearn acknowledged Crawford's landmark victory over Canelo, but stressed that it doesn't match the depth and consistency of Mayweather's career achievements.
Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. But I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault. His resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. It's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion. But you can't say that he is, you know, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. You know, even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. You know, I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, you know, Gamboa. You know, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo. Like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really trying to get a finish?
Carmel Martin recently reaffirmed his stance that Floyd Mayweather will always be the true GOAT. Even with the growing excitement around Terence Crawford's dominance, Martin stressed that Mayweather's flawless record, unmatched ring IQ, defensive brilliance, and sustained success across multiple divisions set a standard that few can touch. While he praised Crawford's achievements, particularly his victory over Canelo, Martin emphasized that greatness isn't defined by a single fight, but by longevity, consistency, and making history while remaining undefeated at the very top. In his view, Crawford is undoubtedly elite, but Mayweather's legacy stands on a higher tier altogether.
Where do you sit with this? Because 2 pound-for-pound greats of this era. Canelo, we see the resume. Crawford, you know, 2-time undisputed. Potentially this weekend becomes 3. I've said in a few interviews, is it skills pay the bills, or does a good big man beat a good little man? How do you see it?
I feel like the skills pay the bills, you know, and I feel like Crawford's not that much littler than Canelo. You know, we see in the face-off that they're around the same size. If not, Crawford like a little bigger. Yeah, for sure. So, you know, really just we're gonna see tomorrow, you know, how it plays out. Whoever the better man is that night, I feel like will win. You know, I feel like it's even playing fields, and you know, both guys coming ready. So we're just gonna have to see.
If Terence does win this, a lot of people are saying that puts him as the greatest of all time. I know it's hard because obviously you've been with Floyd, and a lot of people saying Floyd is great. But does that at least put him in that conversation with your Floyd Mayweathers, your Manny Pacquiao's, your Sugar Ray Leonards, all the greats of the past, and obviously Canelo obviously as well, because he'll be there. Does that put him there?
Yeah, for sure. You know, of course nobody will, but I feel like Floyd will always be the greatest of all time.
Terence Crawford recently responded to the ongoing comparisons with Floyd Mayweather Jr., stressing that each fighter deserves to be celebrated in the context of their own era. He declared himself the greatest of his time, just as Mayweather was in his, and dismissed the need for direct comparisons. Crawford's outlook reflects both confidence in his accomplishments and a determination to build a legacy distinct from past legends. Following Crawford's historic victory over Canelo Alvarez, his longtime trainer Brian "Bomac" McIntyre echoed that sentiment by urging patience regarding Crawford's next move. Bomac made it clear there's no rush to line up another fight, noting that Crawford just endured one of the toughest training camps and a grueling 12-round battle. He emphasized the importance of recovery, both physical and mental, saying Crawford deserves a well-earned break to enjoy his achievement. Only after proper rest, Bomac explained, should Crawford begin thinking about his next challenge in what has already become a legendary career.
And you know what? We're going to get back in the gym. And we're going to assess that. And, you know, right now I just want him to go on vacation, have some fun, spend time with his family, man, because we trained for like probably a half a year for that fight. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of time spent away from home, a lot of time spent away from the family. So I just want him to just go get back home. What for you? Yeah. Damn, for you. Hey, this is a thing. Appreciate you.
What you saying about training half a year?
We trained almost a half a year for that fight. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it was so sharp. You know, everybody.
Bernie the Boxer Thigh, a close ally of Terence Crawford, didn't hold back after the Canelo fight, declaring, asterisk, they try to rob us. Asterisk, he argued that the official scorecards failed to capture the full extent of Crawford's dominance, with several rounds either judged too closely or wrongly awarded. In his view, Crawford dictated the pace, showcased superior fundamentals, and consistently outworked Canelo from start to finish. While the unanimous decision still secured Crawford's victory, Bernie insisted the margins didn't reflect the one-sided nature of the performance. His reaction underscores how boxing's judging remains a flashpoint for controversy, even when the result itself leaves little doubt.
This is the second time you destroy every myth. Can he take a punch? Is he strong? Is this guy too strong? Man, he did everything. He did everything. Didn't he? Stood and fought with him. See how he
was in the pocket. It was in the pocket.
Turned him. Did everything. Talking about he too strong. Turned him a couple times. Pushed him. Crawford the best, man.
Floyd Mayweather brings a unique perspective to this conversation. Having already faced and defeated Canelo Alvarez back in 2013 when the Mexican star was still unbeaten and rapidly ascending. That win remains one of the defining moments of Mayweather's career, a masterclass in defensive brilliance and ring intelligence. Now, more than a decade later, Mayweather has shifted his focus to Terence Crawford, the man who just decisively outclassed Canelo. By calling out Crawford, Mayweather isn't just stirring excitement across the boxing world. He's also reminding fans that he still views himself as capable of stepping in with the very best on the planet.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what, 23?
23.
That's so fucking young. And he was like, that was when he was prime.
His prime, yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because beat him. If you beat him, you want to be the best in the world. I'm 23, so imagine that. But he was a better man that night. A lot of experience. He's a great fighter.
Do you think Floyd Mayweather calling out Terence Crawford could set the stage for one of the biggest fights in boxing history? Or should money stay retired and let Crawford carry the torch into the future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.